Hello, fellow Rebel Capitalists. Hope you're well. Back with Josh. We're going to dive into how a small or mid-sized business can leverage YouTube content creation videos to generate an unlimited amount of leads in a way that will actually work. So, Josh, let's go ahead and dive into it. The first example we want to show is, I guess, something that you stumbled across when you're in Phoenix.
Yeah, well, so first off, you can make this work with any business type in the entire world. You could say I have some sort of random dentistry where content is not going to work for me, but what we're going to prove in this video that that's completely not true. You can have any business in the entire world and find a niche online to get leads for your business.
So you're using the example of Tampa's #1 skin rejuvenation clinic, Chicago's Honest Mechanic, Dallas dentist who fixes what others can't. And so basically you're saying add your city plus your niche and all bio's website, Google My Business, build brand that's memorable, trustworthy, and referable. And I would argue that if you just set up think about that, a YouTube channel that's called Chicago's Honest Mechanic.
Yeah.
Only Honest Mechanic. I mean, that's brilliant.
I would crush it.
Brilliant. Yeah.
And so the formula is really pick your city. If you have a barbershop or mechanic, find the pain point that most audiences have and then add some level of curiosity.
Yeah. Yeah. And differentiate yourself and then throw rocks at the other guys. So what that guy's doing is throwing rocks at all the other mechanics, implying that they're dishonest.
Yeah. And I completely made this up. This is not a real thing. So if you went and if you have a mechanic shop, I guarantee you this would crush it. So
our idea, feel free.
Yeah. Yeah. So the second thing is what types of videos should you actually be making? Because you don't just want to be making random videos. You want to have some degree of strategy. So what you want to do is just show what you're doing in your business. What I'm going to show you right now is a barbershop that I know because I lived in Arizona. One of my friends would go to, and he found him from Instagram. So this guy has 4,500 followers. He's
terrible.
Yeah, J2C_.blends.
They made it easier to remember than that. Jeez.
Yeah. So this guy grew a pretty good following, but all he does is post videos of cutting people's hair in Arizona because he's an Arizona-based barbershop.
It's like just using social media to post what are interesting pictures, but at the end of the day, they're testimonials, right?
Every single one of these is a testimonial. And so this guy's in Glendale and I lived in Scottsdale. So people would drive, one of my friends would drive 30 minutes out of the way to go to this barber shop because he saw him on social media to attract more our clients. And so what I did, I was like, all right, well, let me see how booked his calendar was. And you could not get a haircut from this guy for 3 weeks in advance. I mean, think about that. Like the most problem with every single service-based business is demand. But this guy with just taking videos of every single haircut that he does and shows the before and after in a not even super interesting way, ended up booking out his entire calendar pretty much forever as I think he's a 19-year-old barber.
Yeah, not to mention the fact that he's got such high demand that people are actually willing to risk their lives to go to him. Because he's in Glendale. So if you don't know, Glendale basically turned into a war zone.
Yeah.
You're going across enemy lines there, take your life in jeopardy just to get your hair cut. But I guess for whatever reason, people like to get their hair cut to look like Butthead from Beavis and Butthead, and that's worth the risk. But regardless, the guy's crushing it, and he's got 4,000 or 5,000 people on Instagram, and he's just simply posting what he's doing, and those are testimonials. And other kids that want to get their haircut like Butthead are gonna go, risk hell and high water just to go over there across enemy lines to get their haircut. More power to him. And what was he charging? $150
for an at-home haircut. So if you wanted this guy to come to your house so you didn't have to go to enemy lines and have him
good.
Yeah. I mean, think about that. There's probably some barber watching this that's cutting hair for $30, $40. But the only reason why he can do this is because he has more demand than he can handle, which allows him to increase his prices until people stop booking. But because of social media, he continuously has more and more demand for what he's doing.
Really incredible. I remember the last time I was in Glendale, I was witness to a drive-by shooting.
Are you serious?
I'm not joking. Yeah.
Jeez.
True story. True story. I forgot why I was there, and I was walking down the sidewalk. Just I'd parked somewhere, and I was walking to like the corner store or something like that. Total drive-by shooting, other side of the street. Now, fortunately, they weren't shooting my direction. They're going across the other side of the street, shooting it at someone's house that was on the other side. You dive down and everything.
That is so crazy that that's what America has come to. The
Well, that was a long time ago. That was a long time ago, Josh. So that doesn't have anything to do with what's happened over the last 10 years. Okay, so now let's go to another ordinary business. And this is one that I'm going to bring up. So let's do the screen share. This guy is now he does have a lot of subscribers because he's been doing this for quite some time, but he's just an ordinary mechanic. And basically, Josh, he's doing the same thing. So he'll have a customer that will bring in an FJ Cruiser, and he will just use that as the topic of discussion for the video. So this video is titled Hoovies. Now, Hoovie is a famous guy on YouTube, but it doesn't matter. You could just put cheap 2007 Toyota FJ Cruiser needs thousands to fix. And then, he gives you basically a review. So if you're considering buying an FJ Cruiser, and I know this, by the way, because I bought an FJ Cruiser, and this is one of the guys' channels that I watched in advance when I was making my decision on which SUV to buy. So what he'll do is he'll have a client's car come in. He'll go through with like a flashlight, Josh. He'll put this up a little higher, and then he'll go underneath the car with a flashlight and point out everything that's wrong. And then he'll give his opinion on whether not only is this specific car a good car, but more so is this model a good car. Like he'll say, I've had 20 FJ Cruisers come in the last 10 years, and every single one of them is bulletproof. I've seen some with 500,000 miles on them, or, every single time I have a Audi or a BMW X5 come in, it's just a piece of garbage. These things only last 30,000 miles. And then he'll go through and say, I got to fix this, and this. So it's great, like almost a customer review, but from the standpoint of an actual mechanic that is really, really good. So what does that turn into? That's basically a testimonial. Just like the kid that was uploading the pictures of the Beavis and Butthead haircuts that he's doing. So anyone that sees those pictures is going to know, like, and maybe not know and like, but he's going to trust that they're going to get that type of haircut and that kid can do it well. This, I think, is even more powerful because you're not only trusting that he's competent by watching a video. And again, it's brilliant because the content that he's creating is just his customers' cars that
him at work doing the job.
Or exactly. And he's even in his uniform here, right?
Well, we actually know someone that does this, George, that runs his entire car auction shop from TikTok live streaming. It's the most bizarre thing in the entire world. I didn't even know this niche existed, but he runs a car auction that he sells out all of his cars while he live streams on TikTok, and he gets a premium and people will buy them anywhere. He was here in Colombia. Do you know who I'm talking about, George?
No.
Yeah, you do. If I said the name, but
you can tell me later.
Okay. So yeah, this guy has a car auction, and all he did was grow his TikTok, and then he sells the cars on TikTok. And that's how he sells every single one of his cars now, because that is becoming so much higher demand than people actually coming in and buying them.
Right. But not just higher demand, just more exposure. And the more exposure is leading to the higher demand. And so I think when business owners initially consider YouTube or content creation, they're always like, well, what am I going to do? Oh, I'm just a mechanic. Or what am I going to do? I'm just a barber. I'm not Mr. Beast. I'm not, going out there doing these wild and crazy things. I'm not blowing up, Lamborghinis or anything like that. But what you don't realize is whatever you do in your business, if you position it correctly, that is an interesting video. I don't care if you do hair, you do nails, you're a mechanic, you're an accountant, you're a lawyer, you're a construction worker. If you position the video correctly, if you work on the thumbnail, all the strategies that we discussed in this video, you can take something that to the owner of the business, like this guy mechanic, seems very mundane. And it seems like, who on earth, Josh, would want to watch me going around a car and just pointing out that the oil needs to be changed. Well, it turns out millions of people. And
in this case, 193,000 people watched it.
Right. And when I'm talking about a million people, I'm talking about these over 1 million subscribers. So think about it. If you're getting this much reach and this much exposure, and I guess his company's right here. Is that it? Omega Auto Clinic? I'm guessing that's the name of his shop. Think about this guy's shop. I guarantee you this guy is booked a year in advance. I mean, good luck getting into this guy's shop. And he can probably use that to, set up another shop in another town or, whatever it is. But this is just a massive, massive opportunity. Oh, and by the way, I know that the camera person right here is this guy's wife. I know that because I think the wife gets in there and does some like B-roll of the interior. So this guy just has his wife, who's probably, she probably does the books in the back or something like that. Just come out. Oh, hey, honey, we've got a new client car in here. The guy needs me to change the back tires or something like that. Let's just turn it into a video, and it gets 250,000 views. And it's just something that he's already doing. It's really, he's doing his job because he'd be going around picking out the things that are wrong. Regardless, it's just they're filming it and they're doing it in a way that's interesting. And that's just, I guarantee you, has blown up his business. And now I'll bet he's probably making more money off merch than he is just fixing cars.
Yeah, so he actually has a sponsor on this channel as well. He probably runs affiliates. So just from his YouTube channel, he's probably turned this into a high six-figure. Wow.
Oh, there you go, Josh. Yeah, I'm sorry. I didn't even look at this. So I'm looking at his description right now. So can you believe that? I don't know why he's pushing this other YouTube channel, but he's got an Amazon affiliate store, so you can probably buy tools or
some tools. Very expensive, yeah.
Oh yeah, I'd imagine. UK, he's got merch, he's got an Instagram, Bend Pack Lifts. Is that an affiliate or is he sponsored by them?
Who knows? I mean, either way, just these links alone with all the views that he's getting, showing people how he's solving problems, and these are the tools that he does it, are generating probably hundreds of thousands of dollars extra of pure profit for this guy doing his job, which then gets him more demand for his business.
Yeah. What we wanted to do here, guys, is we just wanted to go through and highlight just some everyday, ordinary businesses from just regular people who have been able, whether it's Instagram, whether it's YouTube, and I guarantee if that barber kid did YouTube, he'd do even better because I think he should do both, right? But YouTube, because now all of a sudden it's not just trusting that he can do a good job, but and you like him as well. So bottom line, you've got normal everyday businesses, just the content is what they're doing. They're just packaging it in a way that is strategic, and that's leading to a massive amount of leads coming in. It's leading to much higher top line, and at the end of the day, much bigger bottom line. And that's what it's all about.
So then how do you actually turn these views into customers? I'm going to show you just a very, very, very simple strategy. Let's say what this kid's doing on Instagram right now. So because you're hyper specific, you're doing videos of an Arizona-based barbershop, the people that are watching you are going to be interested in haircuts in Arizona. So if you just put words like comment XYZ word, you can instantly DM these people and start conversations with them.
Didn't that thing have in his profile DM me?
Yes. And so the reason why they do that is it's basically your front desk person. And when every single business has a front desk person, your Instagram DMs act as that exact same thing. So you're trying to start conversations with them just for the new age, where now I'm booking haircuts straight from Instagram. This is actually how I book my appointments now. And so you can easily have the exact same gift certificates you would have and for any normal business. And so you would just get your calendar link or whatever. But what you should be doing if you have a hyper specific niche business is contacting every single new follower that you get. So whenever you get a follower, you just, excuse my spelling, I put this together right before we made this video, but Every time you get a follower, just message them. So all you can say is something super simple. Are you here for more free content, or are you interested in a haircut? Are you interested in getting your car fixed? Are you interested in XYZ service? Because you are qualifying or dequalifying every single person instantly the same way you would a normal lead gen system. But if you are making specific videos around your niche and then communicating with these people, you can find out if they're interested right away.
Mm-hmm. And by the way, guys, you do that, you get them opt in, and then once you get really good, you can just have AI go ahead and message them back and forth.
That's what we do now, because we have so much lead gen for the clients that I work with, because my clients have hundreds and thousands of followers. We obviously cannot be responding to every single DM. So the DMs are now an appointment setter for either a high-end ticket, or we're actually downselling and closing sales with 100% AI in the DMs right now.
Yeah. And so, but you can only do that on specific platforms. Which are the platforms that you're leveraging right now for your clients, Josh?
So with every platform,
with that strategy.
And so with the AI, we have that built out for Facebook and Instagram, because they have a free API where we can access and actually plug in our AI into. The other ones we have to actually have humans communicate with.
What about LinkedIn?
We're doing that with LinkedIn, but it's people communicating with people. I have VAs that are sending predetermined messages that I wrote, that they then follow a script as if it was a salesperson on the phone.
Right.
But we can't use AI for LinkedIn yet.
And that is the downside to YouTube, is you can't do that.
Yeah. And that's the superpower of the other social medias,
is that they can DM you directly.
Yeah. Yeah. And so here's one more tip that you can do if you have a restaurant or some other local business. You can just find other influencers in your town that have 5 to 25,000 followers and have them come. And I know that this works because my girlfriend every single night sends me some restaurant in Boston that's saying, hey, we should go here tonight, because one influencer that she follows does a walkthrough of the restaurant. And you would say that this sounds crazy, but it's 100% works, because people want to do an experience what other people that they follow have done. And so if you find influencers in your area that are small, you don't even have to pay them. All you do is say, hey, I love your content. Would you be open for a free haircut, facial, XYZ service in exchange for collaborating on Instagram stories or doing a post around what we're doing? And just that would drive so much traffic to your business with no expense to you very quickly and cheaply.
Yep, absolutely. Josh, great job. I think people, if you're watching this, there's no excuse, right? So we've given you a lot of value today, and we look forward to doing it again in the next video, and we'll see you guys soon.